Hello, hello. All right, Algebra 2, Lesson 12. You can see that this is set up exactly like the last assignment where the notes are at the top and then the assignment is at the bottom and on the back. Okay, so I'll be filling out the notes at the top. If you want to print this out first so that you can fill those in, that's fine. And we'll go through these, okay? All right, so you'll notice what's different today is this time, this says rational equations, except today they're going to be in radical form. Okay, so they're going to have square roots or cubed roots, or it could be fourth roots, fifth roots, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't actually make them any worse because we're going to do the same thing that we did stepwise in the last assignment. So instead of getting the thing that has the exponent on its own, we're going to get the radical on its own. We're going to isolate the radical. So we're going to subtract this from both sides. Okay, we're going to have the square root of 4x minus 7 is equal to 3. And then how we undo a square root is the same way that we undo an exponent of 1/2. We're going to square it. To undo a square root, we square it. To undo a cube root, we cube it. To undo a fourth root, we raise it to the fourth power. Okay, so whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Okay, so this is going to undo, and we're just going to get 4x minus 7, and this is going to be equal to 9. Okay, I'm going to add 7 to both sides. 4x is 16, and if I divide both sides by 4, I get x is equal to 4. Okay, and I want to put that number back in and make sure it works, because you have to watch out for extraneous solutions. Okay, and I know I've used that word with you guys before, extraneous. It's like an extra answer that's erroneous. It doesn't work. Okay, put those two words together, it's extraneous. So we got to make sure that this answer works. Okay, on this assignment, I'm going to show you which ones are going to have extraneous answers. Sometimes there's one answer and it doesn't work. Sometimes there's two and only one of them works. Okay, so let's check this one to make sure that it works. So if we put a 4 in here, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. And 3 plus 2 is 5. So our answer works. Okay, but you want to do that every single time on this assignment so that you don't run into problems. Okay? All right, now this one here, we cannot get the cube root isolated because there's 2 of them. So this is a little bit different case, okay? What we want to do here instead is get these guys, one on one side and one on the other side, so that when we cube them both of the cube roots are going to go away, okay? So this side is going to be 5x plus 3. This side is going to be 4x. Okay, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Divide both sides by -1, and x is -3. Okay, and again, I want to put that answer back in and make sure that it works. So put -3 back in here. 5 times -3 is -15. Plus 3 is -12. Now that's not a nice number. It exists, but it's not a nice number. But we don't care. When we put the -3 in here, we're going to get the same thing. And ugliness minus ugliness is 0. Doesn't matter what the ugliness is, so that answer does work. Okay? All right. Example C looks very much like part A. It's going to follow the same 4 steps. We're going to isolate the radical. It already is. But when we square both sides, it's going to look very different. When we square this side, we're going to get 2x. How do we square this side? Well, remember what this means. We are going to have to use FOIL. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this out. X squared minus 4x makes negative 8x, and then plus 16 on the end. Okay, and since this is a quadratic, I'm going to get everything over on one side so that it's equal to 0. Sorry, I'm running out of room here. X squared minus 10x plus 16. Okay, I'm looking for two numbers when I factor this that multiply to be 16 and add to be negative 10. And that would be negative 8 and negative 2. And then I set each of these equal to 0. This one gives me 8. This one gives me 2. Okay, and again, I want to put those in and I want to check my answers. All right, so if I put 8 in here, I get the square root of 16 is equal to 8 minus 4, which is 4. Is the square root of 16 equal to 4? Sure it is. So that one's a check. But if I put 2 in here, I get the square root of 4 is equal to, and if I put the 2 here, I get negative 2. Is the square root of 4 equal to negative 2? No, it's equal to positive 2. So that one was an extraneous solution. Okay, so you gotta watch out for those. Okay, and again, we have the same issue that we did a couple weeks ago, and we spent a lot of time talking about this. Some of your answers, some of your problems are going to turn out to be linear, and some of them are going to come out to be quadratic. Okay, when they're linear, you get x by itself. When they're quadratic, you get everything on one side, set equal to 0, factor it, and set each piece, each term equal to 0. Okay? All right, I'm going to put some stars next to the ones that are going to have extraneous solutions. Number 6 is one. Okay? You might want to write these down so when you get your assignment, if you haven't already printed it out. Okay? Also, number 12 and number 13. Okay, so again, that was 6, 12, and 13 are going to have extraneous answers. Okay, again, they might have one answer and it doesn't work. They might have two answers and only one of them works. Okay, so be on the lookout for those. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye.